All right, so today we're going to talk about working out and inner demons. The inner demons that you will face, that you have to face and you have to beat in order to keep working out like I'm talking about, to max and you know your whatever your age is. I'm 51, I'll be 52 next month, sorry. And you know, you have different challenges as you go through your life, and you have different demons as you go through your life. So let's talk about some of those demons that we all deal with and how to overcome them. Yesterday I was training a guy and it was his second workout, only his second workout. And this is a guy who's never ever worked out. He's quite well off. He dresses very nice. He dresses very sleek, you know, nice black slacks all the time, nice shirt, you know, always well done. You know, he's always looking very sharp. And he's always been thin. He's quite thin and he's tall. So he looks good. He looks quite good, you know, when he's out in public, you know. And he's a handsome guy, right? So he's out there doing his thing. And here he is getting older, and he started to get a belly, and he just didn't know what to do with it. You know, he had no idea how to get rid of this thing, and he contacted me, and we've been working on it. And you know, I think it's the temptation when you find something wrong with yourself, right? The temptation for me, I don't know about you, but for me, it's the first thing is to think, you loser, oh you loser, like how could you have this? How could this happen to you? You know, how could you let this happen? So it's my inner cursing of myself is my first inner demon. It's always the very first thing, and I don't notice it. So it's not like I turn on the TV and there I am talking to myself. I have to like think about why I'm feeling bad, right? I feel bad, right? Why do I feel bad? What am I doing? What's causing me to feel bad? And then I think, oh, I don't know, this sucks or something, you know. And then I have to say, well, why does it suck? You know, what is it about this that sucks? And then I start thinking, what are you doing? What are you doing right now? What's going on in your mind? And then I realize I'm giving myself a hard time. You know, I'm berating myself. Well, then I got to go farther, right? How am I berating myself? Well, I'm berating myself because, in this guy's case, his belly. He had a belly. Now, he didn't have a big belly, but for him it was a huge belly because he's never had any kind of thing like that before. He's always been very thin. He eats very well. He does yoga every day, you know, and he just never expected to suddenly start having a belly as he got older, you know, and you know, because he walks a lot and he's quite health conscious and spends a lot of money on food. He's very careful about things like that, and you know, so he's sitting there going, this shouldn't happen to me. You know, I'm not this guy. I'm that guy over there. I'm that skinny guy who you know, does the presentations at work, and he sold this company, so you know, in business, you know, I'm this other guy, and then here all of a sudden he's got this belly. So I thought about what I've done and what other people have done to overcome things. One of the things that Arnold Schwarzenegger did, which I thought was really super smart actually, was when he was there's a movie called Pumping Iron, a 1970s movie about working out, and in that movie he said that, I think it was in that movie, I'm pretty sure it was in that movie, it was a good movie anyway, it was a great movie, but he cut his shirt off in half. Why did he do that? He cut his shirt in half so that, why? Because he wants to be a muffin top? No, because he wants to see how bad it is, right? He wants his belly to come out, right? He wants to look down and just see this massive belly sticking out, right? Now this reaction is very, very powerful, because if you try this, okay, if you have an old shirt, you have an old t-shirt, cut it in half, right? And start walking around the house, watch TV, sit on the couch, you know, cruise around, go out and clean your car, whatever you usually do. Take a picture of yourself, maybe take a video, and take a hard, good look at that and see if that's the body that you want to have, right? Confronting reality is the first thing you need to do. It's very, very important, confronting reality, because your brain will tell you, you know, we're smart, right? Human beings are super smart, right? So we're thinking like, what clothes do I need to wear to cover up this belly, to look better, right? Today, right? We don't think, oh, I'm going to make some deep, big changes, and they're going to be super hard, but I'm going to make them, and then I won't have to cover it. That's not our first reaction. Our first reaction is, you try on a shirt, you're like, oh, can't see the belly. Great, you know, and then you go along. Then you're like a few months later, you know, it starts to show because now it's worse than that shirt can cover. So it's like this endless thing of covering up. So go the exact opposite direction, right? Take a good look at yourself, but when you do, it's really, really important that you don't tear yourself down to the ground, because you don't deserve it. You're sitting here watching this video because you want to improve yourself, okay? So if you do something that doesn't help you, just don't worry about right or wrong, whatever. It doesn't help you, okay? Berating yourself does not help you. It doesn't help you motivate yourself. It doesn't help you lose fat faster. It doesn't increase your, whatever. It's not, that has no benefit, okay? So take a good look and breathe deep. It's almost like once in a while on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day, I'll sit there and look at my life and think, where am I today? Like take stock of myself, like a real inventory. I guess it's like an inventory time. You're taking an inventory of your belly, of your body, of your shoulders, how you look, the way you want to. Do you look the way you want to look? And if not, why is that? So that's the first thing, and that requires confronting your inner demons. You can go ahead and post. You can send me emails. Whatever it is that your crazy thought you're thinking about that, it's good to verbalize it. Try to think of what that thing is, because it's important. Because you're hurting yourself, but if you don't know how you're hurting yourself, how are you going to change, right? So start to not only see it, but also what are you doing as a result of that? Like what are you doing to yourself? What do you look at? What do you think when you walk down the street and you see like some handsome guy who's in great shape? What do you think? First thought, do you think, wow, I want to know what he's doing? Like, hey, that guy's hitting it. He's doing it right. I want to learn about that. Or are you thinking like, that bastard, that guy's no good, blah, 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 So this is also a way to hurt yourself. When you berate others that are doing what you want to do, right? It's like the guy with no money who's like, all rich people are scumbags, right? They're all scumbags. Then you say, well, what do you want? Well, I want to have more money. I want to save money, right? It's like, well, then don't put down people that have money just because they have money, right? If they do something wrong, if the guy's a bad guy, then fine, right? But don't just do it knee-jerk reaction, right? So same thing with working out. So face your demons on this one. Face your anger, maybe write it down, what you were thinking during the workout. And I can guarantee you the good thing is that this will get less and less as time passes, okay? For two reasons. One is you'll start to get more in control of your feelings when you're working out. You're just gonna start to understand what's going on. And the second thing is you just get better at it, and whereas you can just do more stuff and you'll look better. So you're like, okay, you can't berate yourself as much, right? So that's one thing. The other thing is quick fixes. Quick fixes are very tempting, okay? Especially when you try something new, okay? So when you work out, okay, I'll just tell you my story of my life. When I used to work out at this gym in Nakano in Tokyo, and one of the guys, Mr. Japan, he was old Mr. Japan, so now it's like really old, because this is in the 90s, and he was really cool. His name is Koinuma. Mr. Koinuma ran the gym, him and his wife, and he was really cool, and I just thought he was a very confident dude. I liked him. I just really liked him a lot. He was just a very mellow guy. Coming into the gym, he was absolutely massive, right? I mean, he puts everybody in that gym to total shame. Like, if you're going to compare yourself to other people, and Koinuma's standing there, it's not a nice comparison, right? It's where you're just comparing the outside, right? Because he looked absolutely. He'd already been Mr. Japan, I think, a couple times. Then now he wasn't anymore. He was just like running the gym and trying to get his brand going, his personal brand. But he still looked the same. I mean, he looked fantastic, right? he was a good-looking guy too. So it was like easy for me to say, Mr. Japan, right? He's so cool. He's and who am I? I'm not this. I don't look like him, and. So that was my first reaction, but I barreled through it and just go in. I'm working out. I'm doing my workout, and one day I was in the locker room, and this guy came up to me and he said he was quite big, but he kind of had this weird look. Looking back, looked weird. This is like 1990, I don't know, maybe 96 or something, right? So it was a long time ago. And the guy said, I said, man, you're big, And he goes, he was from Pakistan, and he goes, oh yeah, I use steroids. If you need some, just let me know. So this guy, I found out later, that was his business, is selling steroids, right? And so I had never been offered steroids, and this is like before the internet, so like before really the internet started, 96, right? And so I was like, oh, like it's kind of like when you get this opportunity to do something you could never do, it just like stares you right in the face. So I was like, oh, okay. But I didn't seriously think about it, but I looked at the guy and I could tell his physique was not that great, but because he'd been doing steroids, he looked a lot better. So it was kind of like, oh, so if I did steroids, I'd look a lot better. So I'm thinking like this. So I'm out with Koinuma-san one day, and I come in, I work out, I'm talking to him, And he said to me, he said, I really respect you. I said, why is that? He goes, because you come in here, you work out, and you leave. You work out hard, and then you get out of here. And I was like, well, why do you respect that? Because I was looking around the gym, and these other guys were, there was guys that were much bigger than me, and they were much more obviously serious about working out than me. And there was guys on steroids, because it was a heavy training gym, right? And I didn't feel like I had much to offer, because I would run at that time. I ran a lot, so I'd run a ton of 5-minute miles in a row. So I was running a lot, I was swimming a lot, I was very active, and I even at that time I had trouble putting on muscles, because I didn't have my workout quite down yet. I was still doing too much aerobics. I was going to the gym too many days a week. But either way, he complimented me, and I remember thinking well, why would he compliment me? I don't have the biggest muscles. I don't have, you know what I mean? I don't have anything why I go to the gym. I want to go to the gym to look like him, right? That's kind of the look I wanted, right? And he had the bodybuilder look, and everything down to his calves and everything, right? And I was like, that's what I want. Why would this guy compliment me? And then I went home, and I think this guy actually, he was a little bit like an angel, like someone who comes in just when you need help, because I realized that I had been getting close to the guy selling steroids, and he must have seen that, right? And he knew I wasn't taking anything, so he was like, this is going to be a pitfall for this guy. So he said, I like the way you're natural, and you just come in here, you work heavy, you don't worry about what people think, and you get out of here, right? And I was like, I started thinking, well, is that good? And I said, is it good that what I'm doing, is that good? And then I thought, well, I guess it is good, because I don't want to be overly focused on working out, right? Working out is just a very small part of my life. I want to do it. I want to do it right, but it's not like I don't want to sit around and think about it all the time. And I don't want to, at the time I had tons of girlfriends, and I was super busy with work, and I didn't really want to, stay in the gym, but I kind of thought I had to. It's like if you start working out, it's the difficult part, the demon part. Okay, this is where the demon is like, where do I stop, right? Okay, I'm getting more muscle, I'm looking better, but where do I stop? How far do I go, with this, right? And that was when I realized that there was a limit, It sounds stupid, but until that moment, I didn't think there was a limit. I thought, I start working out, I'm going to work out harder, I'm going to try every single supplement there is, I'm going to, read all the magazines, I'm going to, maybe even take chemicals, whatever, steroids or whatever. And I was like, that's what the goal is, right? Right? You go from a normal person to working out. You do it all the way, right? And it was that moment when I thought, no, the beauty in working out is that you do it. To me, it is, okay. Is that it's a small part of my life. I go once a week, and that's it. I don't do anything else. I walk, I swim when I'm at the ocean, or whatever. If I'm near a pool, I'll swim, But that's it. I don't do anything else. The rest of my week is so free. I almost forget I go to the gym. I really do. Between workouts, I'm I'll think, I don't know. I just kind of when's the last time I went to the gym? I think, oh wait, no, it had to be Thursday because I was meeting that person. So okay, so now it's Tuesday. So 2 more days I'll go to the gym, right? And so I do it once a week, right? So it's a very good, I think this is, for me, it depends on you, but my workout is once a week, okay? And a lot of that reason is to avoid these pitfalls that you could fall into, right? The pitfall of going every day, the pitfall of spending, all your money on this thing and just becoming obsessive about it, right? This is a very, very important point. It's very, very, very important to me, and what in my workout is to accept who you are, okay? And accept the progress that you're having, right? And one last story, I was in the gym, yesterday was my workout day, so there was a guy there who obviously used steroids. I'm in Thailand right now, and steroids you could buy them over the counter, super cheap. A lot of guys at the gym are using steroids, a lot. I don't know what it's like in the States or back in Canada right now, but here in Thailand, it's super common, right? And so even though I didn't mean to, now I know what a guy looks like on steroids. It looks different than a natural guy, right? Who's doing a natural. It's just a different build. It's more of a balloony type of look, at least what they look like here in Thailand. So I saw this guy, and I wasn't really paying attention. I was just whatever. But I was working out, and he was over there working out. And then the guy I was training said, that guy, is he on steroids? You know, so I looked at him and I looked at his face and his arms and his build. I was like, oh God, right, of course, yeah, he's totally on steroids, right? And then I thought he did a very halfway workout. It wasn't very hard, right? He just came in, he did a few things, and here he is. He's got bigger arms than me, and he's got, in some ways, I don't want his body. Don't get me wrong. It's not like, oh, I wish I looked like him. No, but I mean, there's aspects of him, like, because he had huge arms, right? And my arms have never been really big, So I was like, there was a tiny bit, right? Just a tiny bit of demon, right? Sometimes you get the full demon, right? Other times you get a little bit of demon, right? And in this case, it was just a little bit. And I was like, because he works out very light, right? And he looks very big, right? These are two things, right? One is he doesn't have to work out as hard, and two is he's huge, right? And what are the trade-offs for that? What are the trade-offs? So, when I was in school, I remember I tried drugs when I was young, and I remember one time I did some like speedy stuff, and it kept me up all night, and I was able to study for a test, right? And I did really well on the test, and I remember thinking, oh, this is great, I'll do this more often. Well, it ended up getting me in trouble, and I ended up having to get clean when I was 22 years old because I overdid it, right? I got addicted to it, right? So when you use substances, I know you know this psychologically, but when you start working out, it's going to come back. This is like a lesson you need to learn again. You will come back where you'll feel like, I want more, right? I want more, and I want it faster, right? And so once you realize that the once a week workout is best for you, if it is, I think it is, but if you realize that, then you can't go working out more, because some people say, well, I'll go to the gym every day, right? In this case, you know that you need the rest. You're going to rip your muscles up every time you go in there, and you need to give it a rest, right? Well, then what can you do, right? The only thing you have left is diet and then some kind of chemical help, right? So I really want you to get into the right mindset when you start this. Is you're doing this, right? You're doing this workout. You're going to go for it. Okay, you're fucking going for it, okay? When you do this workout, you're fucking going for it harder than those other guys. Like, you are seriously going to have to challenge your demons in so many ways. Fear of getting injured, fear of, like, just so many things come up. Everybody's a little different on this one, but you will, I guarantee you, face your demons. But what is the ultimate goal in this? The ultimate goal is to have a real life, right? It's to have a totally balanced life, right? So you're up there with your suit on or whatever, if you wear a suit at work, and you look good, and you're doing a presentation, and you all these other things, whether it's girls or whether it's just you want to be in good shape, and maybe, and of course, all these other benefits besides the physical, the aesthetic aspect of it is like all the other benefits, like you can like play with the kids, you can pick them up, you can help your friend move furniture, you can do all kinds of stuff that you wouldn't be able to do if you were not in good shape, right? So you get all of this stuff, but always put it into perspective, and don't let your demon take over. Don't let, and if you feel it taking over, that's totally fine. It's a totally natural thing. That's when you have to like let it out. What are you doing? What are you thinking? Why are you feeling bad? What are you thinking? You're thinking you're not doing enough. You're looking at these other guys. You're jealous. That's what we need to work on. These kind of things. These are the real issues. Okay. If you want to improve your life in this aspect, you have to face yourself. Okay. Yourself. Okay. Your limitations. And also the things you've cheated on, like the half shirt thing. You're seeing how bad the situation is, right? And you have to like pat yourself on the back and say, it's okay. Paul did it. Other guys did it. I can do it too, right? I can do it too. Once a week, I cannot get obsessive. I cannot be overboard. I cannot, you know what I mean? And I can also push through every known barrier to absolutely destroy the gym when everybody else in the gym is hardly doing anything, right? Because most people in the gym aren't working out very hard, right? So that's the other thing, is when you're doing it, they aren't. You have to like say, you got to somehow be motivated to do that, right? Because if you copy everybody else, whatever they're doing, you're gonna have no benefit, right? Because that's why most guys in the gym look terrible, right? So that's all it is. So that's your demons. Put the comments down below. Anything that you have a demon about, I would love to hear it, and I would be very, very happy to help you with overcoming these things. And don't be embarrassed. This is real stuff here, guys. If you want to make real changes, you're going to have to face real stuff. And this is one of them. So find them, identify them, write them down, either publicly or privately, and then start to work on them one by one. And you'll have them, you'll tick them off, you'll tick them off, you'll tick them off, you'll tick them off. And then pretty soon you won't have them anymore. Like when I go to the gym now, I don't have them anymore. Like I'll have some minor thing like I had yesterday, but really I feel great. I go in there and I do my workout, and I'm smiling in the gym. Although I don't talk much in the gym, I focus. I do exactly what I'm going to do. I don't go to the gym to make friends, to find girlfriends, to do anything, to take a shower. I'm just purely there to do my once a week heavy workout and to get it done and to get to max, because getting to max each time is a little different. Okay, we're going to talk about getting to max in the next video, because that's a really important topic. It's not a simple one, so you need to know how you can go to max once, and then the next time it's different. Each time you do it is different, right? So we'll get into that in the next video. So I hope you can face your demons. I know you can. No matter how many you got and where you're starting from, the good thing is that with this workout, you'll have benefits so fast, right, that you'll immediately start feeling stronger. And that gives you like that kind of thing is, oh, I'm doing the good thing, right? It's okay. It's working, right? It's working. I'm getting benefit, right? So it's not like one of these things where you're going to wait 6 months. You'll start seeing immediately benefits. Maybe give yourself 2 weeks of workouts, and you'll start to feel like this odd feeling where you're just kind of like, it's kind of easier to bend over. It's like easier to pick up something. It's just kind of easier. Maybe it's a little bit, for me, I remember noticing that it's a little bit easier to go up the stairs, right? So you start to notice these little things and just capture those moments, pat yourself on the back, enjoy those moments, right? Because these are the things that you're adding, like little gems in your little toolbox that keep you motivated so that you can keep doing this thing and keep going to max, and then cutting off any bad habits, right? So thanks for watching. Comment and subscribe to the channel if you're interested in these videos. You like these videos, I'd love to hear. Write a comment, okay? Don't just put it on my Facebook. Put it on the video, right? It's like a question, don't just send me a private message. Put it on the video. It makes a big difference for me, and also it helps to share the information with everybody else out there who often sends me the same exact message. And it's also very good for the video. So comments help the video, right? So any kind of questions, comments, put them down there in the YouTube box below, and I really, really appreciate it. Thanks for watching.